Yo, what's happening, Cowboys Nation, my fellow Dallas Cowboys fans? We're looking at the offensive line, the best offensive line in football, the Dallas Cowboys. Some fans, some football pundits believe that the Oakland Raiders, I don't even know, but their offensive line can match up. Now, the Raiders have a good offensive line, but they're just not as good as my Dallas Cowboys, you know. I'm not just saying that as a Cowboys fan. I'm saying that as a fan of football. Raider Nation, you guys have a good offensive line, but our offensive line I think is by far the best in the National Football League. But what we're looking at here in this video, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows now, as a collective unit, the Dallas Cowboys are a great dominant offensive line, but individually they're human. And humans are subject to error and mistakes. So we're going to start with some of the things I've seen throughout the season. Some that were good, bad, some of the great plays, and what makes our offensive line so good. And so we'll jump right into it. Don't want to make the video too long. We'll start off our week 3 preseason up in Seattle. You can see our right tackle, Doug Free, number 68, the right tackle. He would be considered the weak link. Some people say you are only as good or as strong as your weakest link. He's not a horrible right tackle, but he is the weak link in our unit. The only offensive lineman that's over the age of 30. Next is Ron O'Leary at left guard. I believe he's 27, and he's not originally the starter. Lyle Collins is a left guard, and I believe he's 22, I think, something like that. So we have a young offensive line, but with Doug Free at right tackle, he's a little bit, his feet aren't as quick as they used to be, so he has a tendency to be beat by speedy defensive ends or linebackers coming from around the edge, as we can see here. Cliff Averill, the Seahawks defensive end / linebacker, he didn't completely continue the pass rush around the edge because he was leery of Dak Prescott going underneath him and creating a running lane for Dak, so he decided to cut it back up. But he clearly beat Doug Free around the edge here. On this play here, it's Doug Free, Cliff Averill again. He gets beat pretty easily. Now Cliff Averill is one of the faster linebacker / ends around the edge in the NFL. But he clearly gets around Doug Free. But you see a young rookie, Dak Prescott, steps up, does his hitches, and he avoids the sack. But Doug Free is beat on this play here. This just one, and I'm not nitpicking on Doug Free. Just like I say, it's not, everything isn't perfect. Speedy defensive ends can beat him around the edge. Good job by Dak Prescott stepping up and doing his hitches. Now, as we get to week 1 in the regular season against the Giants, our Pro Bowl right guard Zack Martin, who burst on the scene in 2014. So I thought he could have been Rookie of the Year as a guard. But on this play here, on the run play to Zeke, he didn't block anybody. He completely missed the block on, I believe, Casillas, the Giants linebacker. Yeah, he completely missed that block. He didn't block anybody on that play. Now there is some good though. There is some good. This run play here, our center Travis Frederick gets a great block on the defensive tackle. He's able to rotate his hips and in his weight to his left to create a running lane for Ezekiel Elliott. But that's a key block. But Lyle Collins, the left guard, and Tyron Smith, the right tackle, how they're able to get to the second level to block the linebacker and the DB to create the running lane. Now, what makes our offensive line so great? This big play here against the Steelers, great game on the screen pass touchdown to Ezekiel Elliott. You're gonna see what makes our offensive line the best in the NFL: the athleticism, the talent, the key blocks. It's pretty impressive here, and it's gonna start with our right tackle, Doug Free, getting the first. It wasn't a great block, but it was a block just enough to give Dak Prescott just enough time to get the pass off. Doug Free there. Then down here at the bottom of the screen, you got our right guard, Zack Martin, coming off, getting the key block here, and you've got Travis Frederick out center and Ron Leary the left guard coming all the way across the field to set up these key blocks for Zeke. You got Travis Frederick here on the block here, the kick out block. I mean, he's gonna eat up DBs for breakfast. That's too easy. And you still got old Leary, left guard, went all the way downfield, about 10-15 yards downfield, still looking for somebody to block. His key block right here is what really helps spring Ezekiel Elliott, just having the athleticism to be able to turn his hips, switch his weight from his right foot, you know what I mean, get turns. That's not easy for a big man, a 300-pounder, but that's the athleticism that our offensive line have and what makes them so great. That's a huge block. You see Travis Frederick, the center here. I mean, we're 20 yards down the field now, and these guys are still making key blocks on a great play. And gets a block by Terrence Williams, and Ezekiel Elliott does the rest. That right there is what makes our offensive line great, man. This play here was a game-winning touchdown run by Zeke. You're going to see how basically our entire offensive line just dominates the line of scrimmage. Gavin Escobar, the tight end, he has a good seal kick-out block here. Rotates his hips. And watch how our left tackle, all-pro Tyron Smith, how he gets up to the second level against a very athletic linebacker in Shazier and creates the running lane for Ezekiel Elliott to run it in. But, you know, our offensive line just dominated the line of scrimmage. So you got the tight end Escobar makes a key block, but Tyron Smith, now a lot of young tackles, they may go out and get their weight ahead of their feet and they run right at Shazier. But most offensive linemen aren't that athletic. So if he charges right at Shazier is he's a very athletic linebacker. Most backers are more athletic than offensive linemen anyway. He could make a move to make Tyron Smith miss. And then, of course, he's going to fill the gap, fill the hole, and he's going to tackle Ezekiel Elliott. But what Tyron Smith does, he keeps his weight above his feet. He breaks down. He stays on the block. And then he goes up to Shazier under control, has his body under control, and makes the key block, you know, and rotates his hip to give Ezekiel Elliott running line. It's beautiful what Tyron Smith does here. The fundamental and the technique to break down and get to the second level. Just like that. And Ezekiel Elliott does the rest. That's beautiful. That screen pass and this play, the screen pass shows the athleticism and the talent. This run here just shows the technique, the fundamentally sound footwork and technique that our offensive line have. I just want to show this with you guys real quick, so you guys can see, you know, how great our offensive line is. You know, it's very impressive to watch. We have the best offensive line in football. You know, we're not perfect, but we clearly are the best in the NFL. Some good, you know, some bad, some good. I mean, some good, bad, and some great as well. You know, that screen pass blocking was great, and that last running touchdown by Ezekiel Elliott was just beautiful. I just want to share, do a quick film study on the offensive line. I didn't want to go too in-depth, make the video too long. Let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, all those good things. That's what makes our offensive line so great. You know, that's why we're going to be a tough team to beat in the playoffs. You know. Anyway, this is your boy, the Real McCoy, Cowboys Nation. Let me know what you guys think on our offensive line. And thanks you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'm out, man. Peace.